Under normal conditions, I wouldn't do this with the MegaMets podcast. Hey, Daniel Berry, sorry to say this is not going to be about sports, so you might want to get out of here while you still can, buddy. For those not in the know, and for context on this, the devil.
Sorry I'm a bit late. Things out.
You sent the messages to Michael?
I gotta send her one now. I didn't really think the gloves have to come off this soon.
He was the one who pushed us back to this late of an hour.
Yeah, because he had to clean up his room.
It was his whole apartment, from what I understand. But anyway, under normal circumstances with the MegaMets podcast, we don't go to these levels.
Yeah, but before we do proceed, next week, I believe we're doing an episode, right?
This coming Monday, Pro Wrestling Noah's New Year's show. Then after that, for Christmas night, Wrestle Kingdom 20. Next day, AEW World's End.
We got 3 next week. It's going to be wild.
Anyway, under normal circumstances with the MegaMets podcast, we wouldn't go to these lengths. However, due to a certain someone that Jose and I once called a friend and brother, getting too overblown in his own narcissism, adagoraphobia, autophobia, and basically TDS, we have to call him out.
Yeah. The gloves must come off. And before I continue, the funny thing is, he gifted me a copy of Galaxy 2. But thing is, I'm not going to mention him by name. I'm still going to cover the game, but he does not deserve the right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because honestly, I was going to buy the game anyway, so he just saved me a lot of trouble.
Was this back when it was still on the Wii, or is this the Switch or the All-Stars copy?
No, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 came out on the Switch about a few months ago. I have it on Wii, but since I got it on the Switch, it just made it easier for me. So now I can cover it and get everything done without having to worry about what this idiot would do.
The point is, let's just say this guy was incriminated for certain shit that we don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole.
Make that a 20-foot pole, if you ask me.
Good point. And ever since, he's been trying to apologize, tag us to get attention. But here's the problem. You, young man, are nothing but a psychotic adazagoraphobe who is so hell-bent on attention.
He's also determined to try to regain my trust, but he's already blown that way long ago.
True.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And in my case, I took the Lipschitzian approach. If anyone remembers, for context, anyone remembers that episode of Rugrats where the adults were doing a Q&A panel of 50 ways to tell if your child is a spoiled brat. Over, but not by much, Nick. He was asking me if the Mets win more or fewer than 75 games in 26. I said over, but not by much.
Yeah.
Especially with how stupid David Stearns is with the way he's decided to blow
Hold on, I'll be right back.
For context, in that episode, Angelica got her hands on her mother's Vanishing cream, thinking it would make her invisible. Regardless, Drew, being the people-pleasing little dimwit of a dad that he is, decided to sweep it under the rug and bring Angelica with him to Tommy's house. While that was going on, Stu, Dee Dee, and Chaz coaxed Drew into doing a Q&A quiz to determine how much of a spoiled brat your child is. Now, as you would have guessed, Stu and Dee Dee don't spoil Tommy all that much, or never spoil him all that much, especially not in the early seasons. Chaz only did 4 on Chucky, according to the survey.
I gotta get some stuff.
Answering yes to 10 is perfectly normal. Drew, on the other hand, because of how poor of a dad he is, barely able to make any disciplinary action he does on Angelica's stick, answered yes to about 49 plus of them, or to all but one of the questions. It's your own damn fault, Drew. You never take the initiative or put your damn foot down on it. Never was able to put your damn foot down on that brat. You spoiled her rotten.
Back in the foray I go. I'm back once more. Sorry, I had to take care of something. Help my nephew. Anyway, let's continue.
So Dee suggests no form of reinforcing the behavior. If you do not enforce the behavior, the child will give up and change. In other words, in layman's terms, Stu just put it as just ignore her. And while Angelica covers herself from head to toe in vanishing cream, and 3 of the 4 are able to do it, we all know Drew could never ignore Angelica's misdeeds.
Right? Yep. So true.
To a point where he almost snaps at her, but manages to rein it in. And it's not until Dee Dee starts playing onto the trick that Angelica really is invisible, covering herself from head to toe in Charlotte's vanishing cream, that she finally realizes, maybe I shouldn't have done this. And then she finally cracks. I mean, in all honesty, the amount of times Drew legitimately punished Angelica, countable on one hand, as opposed to a rap sheet compiled out of a buffalo scrotum where he spoiled her.
Way too many. Way too many, honestly.
Granted, I didn't watch Rugrats all that much as a kid.
Yeah.
But basically, this individual just loves to project his apologies. And making it worse, he's been tagging us in his little parody mockery sports shorts of us. And then
that's just, no, unacceptable. I'm getting real sick of that.
Yeah, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. But sometimes it's a slap in the face. And in my case, I want to kick him square in the fucking nuts.
All he needs is to make sure not to deal with this any further. It just gets annoying.
And then throw in the fact that he constantly went after me just because of my support of President Trump. Newsflash, dude, you're the one who supports a legit criminal in Barack Obama. Your family is the one that crossed over the border illegally, and you're the one living in a corrupt state run by a crooked piece of shit governor or living the free life and freeloading off it. Not me.
Wow.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure, I know the governor in my state is crooked. Given that he has to cheat in his gubernatorial elections to get power, much like his predecessor through voter fraud, but still.
Yeah.
You're the one. The point is, you little multi-faced fucker, you're the one who lives in a sanctuary state, not me.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Jose, you do live in one too, essentially.
Yes, that is very true. So very true.
But at least New York isn't as much of a shithole as California is.
I know.
At least not yet.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame you given what you had to what happened. Jeez. But regarding our situation, enough is honestly enough. Besides, all it's doing is getting on my god.
And then through the fact he tried to interlope on my Met Philly call on 9/11 to try to explain his bullshit end of the story.
Why would they do something like that? That is just messed up.
You got the fuck out of me.
I know.
He should be done. As soon as he's done with his fridge, he'll come in and go off.
Right.
It's just so annoying.
It is.
One will try to force his way back into winning our trust. I mean, in fairness, I was no different almost 8 years ago when the FAF constantly kicked me out. Granted, in my
Yeah.
case, it was for predominantly political reasons, not for
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, as far as I'm concerned, with what's gone out on, even if the team were to allow me to bring me back, I would basically force DJ, New Kid, Wild Rook, Tal, and Edge to eat fucking crow before I decide to come back.
Indeed.
Because they took it too far by bringing the team down the super woke rabbit hole.
Yeah, and that's a rabbit hole I really don't like. Seriously.
At least you were smart enough to leave before that happened.
That's true.
Granted, in your case, you left in solidarity with Shelby after the admin started going in a crackdown mode.
Uh-huh. So true.
I'm surprised she hasn't bothered reposting any of the stuff on DeviantArt. And it's a shame she's very private about who she friends on Discord. Right?
Mm-hmm. So now we gotta wait for Michael to show up, right?
Yep.
Figures it would.
Well, you wouldn't believe some of the questions I've been asking voice actors at recent conventions.
I see.
I mean, in August, I actually had to swallow my pride and talk to Sabbath.
I figured you would swallow that pride, you know?
Granted, in his case, it was a one-piece panel that involved him, Erica Schroeder, the four kids, Luffy, and Stephanie Young, along with Giant Bosch, but I only wanted the Straw Hats to answer one particular question. With the way the manga of One Piece is going, should Luffy throw his no-kill code out the window by the time the Straw Hats get to Marijois? Yes or no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And in the second one with Sabbath, I basically asked him if he was aware that the Justice League Ruby crossover film Part 2 parodied an Adventures in Odyssey episode in terms of its plot points, with how his character, Dr. Watts, basically tried to cheat death. Chris said he was never aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that radio drama, I even asked Steve Bloom about it. He was in one episode, though.
I see.
And his involvement in other Judeo-Christian content. One that he completely forgot about. It's on my YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
Then in June, I asked Vic if creativity is going off a cliff for most of anime content. I mean, think about it. These days, it's either faithful remakes of manga, or if you're in Sentai Filmworks, it's basically that company's basically turned into a whorehouse in terms of its content.
Wow.
In the sense that it's nothing in the sense it's nothing but either ecchis, isekai, or harems.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back at that Christian media convention I went to at the end of June.
That's something.
Trust me, it's not what it's cracked up to be. It's pretty boring, and it's mostly geared towards an much older demographic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was even with Vic, Catherine Sutherland, and Nakia Baris there.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know who runs that thing?
Who does?
Kevin Sorbo.
Wow. I never knew that.
The con's located in Pigeon Forge, out in Tennessee.
I see. That's actually interesting.
As for, I mean, and you've heard of what's happened with Mike McFarland?
I've heard with Matt McFarlane. It's just messy.
Yeah. I even asked Jessica Kavanaugh how long she thinks he's got left.
Mm-hmm. This might prove to be mostly unexpected.
Hmm.
He's not that much of my stuff done. And now we just wait.
Yeah. What have
Yeah,
you been up to outside of more gaming videos?
Yeah, I've already uploaded more Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Still wish that some kindly Johnny would bring back the screw attack echo joke.
I know. It just never the same. But
Screw
hey, for all
attack.
intents and purposes, I'm always thinking, oh yeah, I missed that joke. So I think that joke might have worn its well. If he does bring that back, I mean, Metroid Prime 4 don't even have the screw attack. You know
It
that
doesn't
joke's
have
not.
the wait. It doesn't have the screw attack.
I 100% of the entire game in 13 hours. That shows how dedicated I am. Why else do you think I put up playthrough requests? I could show everyone that I got the skill. And it does not have the screw attack. This is the first Metroid Prime game, well, the first 3D one that doesn't have the screw attack. Federation Force is an exception since you're not even playing as Samus.
I thought that one of the DS games also didn't have the screw attack.
Metroid Prime Hunters? It doesn't have that either. It doesn't have that either. And that was a DS game since the only weapons you get are from the bounty hunters.
Maybe
But still, I expected Prime 4 to be much more than that. We waited years, and all I felt was a bit
disappointed.
lacking. I enjoyed it, but I felt disappointed. I felt let down.
I mean, and there's only one movie I'm more interested in 26, and that's the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, I look forward to that movie as well. I've seen the Mario Brothers movie, and it's pretty good.
I haven't been to a movie theater in almost 3 years. The OG
I haven't
Mario.
been to a movie theater since I watched that Shazam movie.
The first or the second one?
No, it was Black Adam, the Black Adam movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder what. I mean, one of the dumbest movies I've heard that's coming out next year is an Animal Farm CG film that flips the script of the book. In other words, it basically turns the themes of the books, the danger of communism, on its head and praises it. And the sad thing is, Angel Studio, the guys behind King of Kings and the upcoming David film, are the ones behind it. Now you decide to become the very thing that the dragon wishes you to doom yourself to be? To bend the knee to the corrupt harlot of political religion?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Just because the director is Andy fucking Serkis? Screw him if he's going to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I've also gotten into a political fight on Facebook recently.
I hardly ever use Facebook.
Well, you want to know who I was butting heads with before she blocked me?
Who?
Kate Higgins.
Oh, Kate Higgins. Wasn't she the voice of Tails, I think?
One of the voices, but she's mostly known as Sakura.
Sakura?
Naruto.
Oh, yeah, from Naruto. Yikes. I don't get myself involved in these things.
Well, for me, it was just that her TDS was getting so out of control. I was just like, I tried ignoring her, don't get me wrong, but the TDS was getting to a point where I basically had to sarcastically snap back and basically tell her to let go. She wouldn't let go. She blocked me. I even told her,
Oh,
if you're going to act like this much of a loony, I don't even want to see you at any cons.
God damn.
And you can't blame me for that.
I don't blame you, honestly.
Then again, the amount of cons she does up at usually ends up being the Galaxy cons or their sister cons, the Animates.
Yeah.
And I avoid those cons at any cost, mostly for the price tags.
Yep.
And then, of course, there was the whole McFoley thing going TDS cuckoo.
I know all about that. He decided to cut ties with WWE.
Am I surprised by that? Nope. But to think they let his TDS go this far, did that catch me a bit off guard? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was a hardcore lefty, but still.
I was never a fan of the left. They have issues.
True.
Yeah,
At least the modern day lefty.
Yeah, I know.
Lefties. Not so much the old school 50s and 60s lefties.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Mick going that cuckoo, I was like, knock yourself out, do what you please. But the second the crap you believe falls to the wayside, you're going to be the one eating crow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Giants and Jets continue to be shit.
We already know Giants and the Jets have been eliminated from playoff contention.
True. My question is, when is Joe Shane going to get fired? When is John Merrick going to finally admit everything he's done is wrong? He should be fixing the ball in the stadium, not getting involved with the football analytics, disinherit his kids.
I did not think he would actually do that. That's messed up.
No, I mean, he hasn't disinherited his children, but I'm saying he should cut his kids from ever running the team. I mean, sell the team. I mean, in a way, it's worse than what Carolina did after the death of Jerry Richardson and David Tepper got hired.
Hiring Tepper was their biggest mistake.
Well, at least now he's no longer sticking his nose where it doesn't need to be with the Panthers, and they're fighting for the South title. They need a win this Sunday against Tampa.
Yeah, this might prove to be an interesting make or break moment.
Got that right. Because they really screwed the pooch against New Orleans last Sunday.
Yes, they did. And in 2 weeks is the Super Tank Bowl between the Raiders and the Giants. Who's going to get the first overall pick in this one?
If the Giants lose, they fall to 3. If the Raiders win, they're still in the top 5, essentially.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Giants are going to get scalded by the Vikings. Don't care with how they go with the Raiders. And the Cowboys will probably be eliminated by this week because they get the Chargers. Whereas Eagles will finally break a two-decade-long curse with the division this Saturday. And the game that's going to be the most enticing tomorrow between Seattle and Los Angeles, Saturday between Green Bay and Chicago.
This is going to prove interesting. And I'm surprised that Kansas City got eliminated. Honestly, about time.
In all honesty, I'm not. The core is aged.
The core is crashing and burning.
The tactics have been becoming stagnant. And the
You're not
refs
wrong about that.
and the refs were severely under the gun with how much they had to rig the game last year.
They got to stop rigging. Rigging ain't right.
And the other games that are most interesting this weekend, Jacksonville against Denver, Pittsburgh against Detroit, and to a lesser extent, the Patriots versus the Ravens. I mean, Darth Patriotus is no longer the top team in the AFC, but is the scriptwriter fully cognizant? Especially after Wildflower got him drugged up.
Jeez.
I mean, still, I mean, I get the whole joke with the Darth Patriotus or whatever they call him.
Yeah, but they don't have Belichick anymore.
Still, Mike Vrabel, a Belichick player and disciple, no, actually, this is where the Belichick system works right, because I've always said it only works in the foxhole.
Yeah. That's true. I really don't know what's about to happen this season. All we know is that the Super Bowl is going to get absolutely wild.
True that. True the fuck that.
So true. What's taking Michael so long?
He's almost ready.
I hope so. I took time out of my day, at least for this, because I wasn't going to miss this for the world. Just passing my time, at least. At least it'll keep me intrigued.
That's for sure.
Yes, true.
I mean, even Shiny EV News, no, who I don't see much of anymore since 23, wasn't as much of a parasite as you know who was.
Yes, I know. So true. Because next year is the 2026 draft, and not to mention the World Cup. Never thought we'd be having soccer again in American soil.
And the question is how you clean out the cesspool of crime in the major cities, though.
Yeah, there's a lot more bigger problems at hand.
My hand is going numb.
At least my hand's always on the move.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of work coming up tomorrow, and then next week,
Next week we gotta do 3 shows.
Well, I mean, at Lowe's, I've got some work tomorrow, and then I really hate that I'm locked in for the 1 to 5 shift for Christmas Eve.
Huh. I don't blame you. At least you'll get paid for that. At least you'll get paid. That's really something.
Oh, looks like MJF is back in AEW. Took him a while enough to come back.
I'm surprised.
So should it be him against Joe at World's End or Swerve at World's End?
All we can do is wait and hope. Hopefully this might prove to be most interesting. At World's End, why does that feel like a bad omen? Most of the time.
Looks like we're getting a 4-way.
I'm not surprised.
So it'll be Hangman, Swerve, MJF, and Joe in Chicago on the 29th.
This will prove to be a most interesting game. Very, very interesting.
I mean, I was a bit tuckered out last night from the Knicks game.
I don't blame you.
I mean, what's the point of going off on the NBA Cup when that thing doesn't even isn't really all that matters in the long term?
I know it doesn't.
Grant, I know you're not the biggest fan of basketball.
Yeah, I get you.
And then there's the whole Winter Classic game coming up on the 2nd of January in 26 down in South Beach between the Rangers and Panthers at Lone Depot. How do you manage to regulate the ice in that building?
Mm-hmm.
It was hard enough 10 years ago to do the game between Washington and Chicago, but this is even more frustrating to play it down south, as Florida is too hot of a climate for for outdoor hockey.
That's true. So true.
Hold on, Michael's sending me a message on Discord.
I see.
Need to mop the floor and I'll be there, he says.
Okay.
He's going as fast as he can.
I know he's doing all he can.
And besides, one of the matches for Noah's event, they're not subtle with who one of the mystery opponents is.
Yeah.
And it's in the GHC tag title match. Marufuji and Kano defending against Bushi and a mystery opponent. But if you look at the silhouette, it's a no-brainer who it is.
We already know.
Yeah, it's Naito.
Yep, it is.
You can't be any less subtle when you're looking at the silhouette.
Uh-huh. That it's not way too subtle enough.
See?
Yeah, I see it. As if it's very, very obvious.
I mean, I can understand why Naito would show up in Noah, but still, with how many injuries he suffered, the eyesight issues he's had, and the fact he's been out of commission for the better part of 8 months, I mean, since May.
Yeah.
Why would no one bring him in?
Uh-huh.
If Naito is unfit, then you must quit.
Yeah.
But then again, the minute he shows up, he'll probably tell, if I were to ever interview the guy, he'd just tell me, tranquilo asenayo, amico.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, Naito-san. Me no tranquilo about you coming back with the amount of injuries and eyesight issues you've had.
Yeah, way too many injuries.
And the eyesight issues.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness I didn't put this in either the Aboriginal or Hardcore Sports Network sites and channels.
True.
And of course, then there was the John Cena farewell this past Saturday.
It felt like a freaking letdown.
I mean, I got reaction on the Geek Box, and I was like, you son of a... He tapped out with a troll smile on his face. I was like,
Yeah, of course he did.
you son of a bitch.
Uh-huh. So true.
I would have been more content if Gunther had made him pass out.
Yeah, it would have been better.
I mean, he did the same thing to Goldberg, and that was fine.
Yeah, it was. But this? No.
It's official. Gunther's getting the undisputed WWE title as soon as he gets at the Royal Rumble, the latest WrestleMania 42.
True.
And it's a shame that I can't watch either of those, seeing as how one of my main back doors, Playback TV, got shut down on Friday.
Yeah, and that's gotta suck.
And it does.
It really does, and I feel for you.
I was using that for basketball, a little bit of baseball, and wrestling.
It sucks that had to happen, you know? It just does.
But because of regional sports channel coverage, they had to shut the fucker down.
Just wow. I just don't know.
And I had to remove the app from my iPhone and from my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been another casting lineup change for Lupin the Third.
Yeah.
You know how the main quintet has been for years been Tony Oliver, Richard Epcar, Lex Lang, Doug Erholtz, and Michelle Ruff?
Yeah, the Lupin gang.
Well, for a movie that's coming out for the 4th through the 6th, they changed it.
Of course they did.
And it's a bit frustrating. I mean, sure, Lex gets to stay as Goemon Ishikawa, but they replaced Tony with Keith Silverstein as Lupin, Dan Warren over Richard Epcar's Daisuke Jigen. They replaced Doug with Richard for Zenigata, and Fujiko and Michelle's been replaced by Christina V as Fujiko.
You mean the voice of Shantae?
Yep.
Oh my god. And I grew up loving these guys. Why would they do this, at least for that movie? I mean,
the only one that gets the stick is Lex as Goemon. Why?
Yeah, I don't know why either. Honestly.
Out of the Lupin quintet, I've only met one of them in real face-to-face, and that was Richard.
Yeah, the GOAT.
When he was Jigen.
Yeah, and he still is Jigen.
Not in this movie.
Yeah, which is a bummer because this movie is part of like the dark base of Lupin series. Yeah, it's essentially a more serious take.
And yet Richard is known to play a lot of goofy characters like Bobobo, Edamon.
Or wait, Richard Epcar wears Edamon and Digimon? Oh my god, I really did not know that. Mind blown, at least.
Well, he was.
That's something. Yeah, not to mention he would come back at least later on in the season.
And of course, he played every iteration of Myotismon.
That's something I love. It now made me appreciate this guy more and more because this guy was a part of my childhood and I didn't even know that.
Same with mine. And of course, probably one of his goofiest roles as Old Man Joseph Joestar.
That is what I thought the most hilarious role.
Oh my god!
Yes, indeed.
Really is one of his goofiest roles. Him and Bobobo.
It was just good.
Though Bobobo was probably the dumbest role he ever took on.
May have been dumb, but it was still funny as heck. May have been goofy, but I enjoyed it all the same.
True.
Now all we gotta do is wait and find out.
I mean, I
I know.
prefer Tony over Keith as Lupin.
Tony, yeah, I know. Tony was just perfection as Lupin.
I mean, the guy that preceded Tony, believe it or not, was Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny Strait.
Yep. When Funimation had the license, don't remember who played Senegal, but the other four were
Dan Lorg.
Yeah, the other four aside from him were Sonny Strait as Lupin, Sabat as Zenigata, McFarland as Goemon, and Meredith McCoy as Fujiko.
I never knew that. That is something I never knew.
At least for the first two parts.
I see. Like I said, I never knew this, and that's insane. I never knew that. That's like mind blown right there.
My problem with Sonny is Lupin is he uses too much of the Krillin voice.
Yeah, true. True. I never knew that. I'm just flabbergasted by this.
In terms of the bridge actors, I wish I could meet Lanny. For
I
one,
know.
The packing order.
True.
A bridge popo is so damn scary.
Yeah.
For a crack-act demon in Jin.
Mm-hmm.
Popo's about to teach you the packing order. And to our certain former associate, listen up, you maggot. Either you stop bugging us, or I can contact Popo and he'll teach you the pecking order, which goes you, the dirt, the worms inside of the dirt, Popo stool, Kami.
Wow.
Popo is so scary.
Yeah.
I wonder if I made the cut of the Thea Hale botch win of the North American title reactions.
Well, you'll have to find out and see.
Nope.
Of course not.
And again, the Geek Box has been very stingy with me.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to that.
I mean, when it comes to NXT, I've only made the cut twice. Once when Ricky Saint beat Obafemi at No Mercy. The other was when the Hardys knocked off Dark State to win the NXT tag titles.
I see.
Come on, Michael.
Yeah, come on, Mikey.
And then there have been the death battles I've been watching lately.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the season finale brought a bit of a tear to my eye.
Same here. When these guys did a hell of a good job knowing how it works, that's just
With
nice.
Ash against Yugi, yeah. I mean, Ruby versus Maka was a fun matchup, but we all knew Maka was going to win.
Yeah, we all knew that.
Especially when you consider that the source material for her analysis was strictly the manga, not so much the anime.
Yeah.
Then there was the whole Wily versus Tom matchup. I did bust a gut with that one.
That one was way too funny.
But still,
way too funny, honestly.
We all know Wily will never catch that damn Roadrunner.
Exactly. He may be a super genius, but he ain't that bright.
He's just an egotist. I mean,
yeah,
I think they're trying to do that Coyote versus Acme movie.
And it's finally going to get a release. About time.
And maybe we all know the Acme BOD is made of nothing but Roadrunners, but is this lawsuit going to be enough for Wily to finally say fuck you to Acme, use some conventional goods, and finally catch the Roadrunner?
Yeah.
I mean, at least Tom is able to catch Jerry from time to time.
Yeah, and sometimes Tom and Jerry put their differences aside to work together for only a short time.
Whereas other times, Tom's not an idiot. It's just that Jerry constantly gets an advantage on him and outplays him. And Tom is a much better improviser tactically.
Yeah.
He's on his way. I'll send him a backup link and keep.
Right.
Copy. Here he is. Hey, Mikey.
All right, guys. Sorry I'm late. I just, we were almost done, but it was getting late, so I decided to say, screw it. I'm just gonna get this done and over with before it's too late.
All right. We already said our pieces. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things you two need to know about, because while I was cleaning, the Husky Clown was live. And I pretty much went on his stream and I answered his question, because he did this short a couple nights ago asking what does he need to do to become a better person. I'd said what I said in the chat. This gets really good, gentlemen. I came down and I messaged in the chat telling him to turn himself in, to get a job, get a hobby, and all that shit, right? So this gets really good. On his Kingdom Hearts stream earlier, like an hour ago, his mother got involved.
Oh, boy.
Oh, his mother got involved. So that's going to be up on the next video for Husky the Clown on Jose's YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
Discord, excuse me. Marcos the Husky Clown. The next episode is going to be up later tonight. But so here's what happened. So his mom was saying, like, he was defending for his son, saying he's not a pedophile. Like, he was saying, like, Marcos is not what he is. I told her every possible thing that Marcos has done over the last 8 years. He was saying, or she was saying, I was telling her I have screenshots, I have proof, I have everything. She goes, well, if you have the evidence, send me all the links, send me all of that. And I pretty much went ahead and linked her all the evidence. Now, one of the evidences came from It's Haley RG. It's Haley RG. So she checked him out. Actually, it's actually a male. His name is Nick. So she went on Nick's channel and she called him a child. She deadass called him a child. So I'm like, at first I thought she was calling me a child, and I said, "You're speaking to a 32-year-old man." So, she was losing her fucking shit and like, basically, parenting stuff. So that happened. More information to come on Marcos the Husky Clown episode. But here is my response, dude, to not only him, but his pathetic mother. Okay? You have no fucking clue what Marcos has done. No clue. No fucking clue. Marcos, if you're listening right now, dude, I'm telling you right now, keep my fucking name out of your mouth. Keep my fucking name out of your channel. And most importantly, stop tagging these two. Stop tagging these two. Stop tagging everybody. Because guess what? I have tagging turned off. Your dumbass can no longer tag me. So do us all a favor and fuck off. So with that being said, I pretty much missed 54 minutes of the stream, and I do apologize.
It's all right.
What did you guys say to him and all that? Like, what did I miss?
Basically, I called him out for his political tirades against me for supporting the Donald, when in truth he's been basically backing a bunch of criminal politicians, that his whole family are a bunch of illegal migrants, and as far as I'm concerned, he should be incarcerated and shipped back south of the border.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, this gets really good. Viewer discretion is advised, ladies and gentlemen. When I said "tata," I said a very strong slur that I will not say on Mets' stream.
Good.
I'm going to keep it censored because it's his channel, and I want to keep his channel safe and all of that. And yeah, you call yourself a Kingdom Hearts fan, Marcos? You can't even keep your stream up for like 2 hours. He just streams for like 15 minutes and gets off. His latest stream, he just did it an hour ago. It was 38 minutes and 2 seconds. And as a matter of fact, before he takes the video down, I'm going to download the video.
And considering
for the next episode of Marcos the Husky Clown. So,
and considering that I went almost 7 hours for one of the World Series games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's in the World Series?
Who was in it? It was the Blue Jays and the Dodgers this year.
Oh, the Dodgers finally got in, huh?
Oh, they won it back to back.
Oh, that's huge.
I mean, it was Game 3 set me up a wall because it took 18 innings and almost 7 hours of my life away.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, it's just my issue with Marcos. I could just say it right now. My issue with him is that, there's one more statement I want to make clear once and for all. You know how Marcos is saying that I framed him for hacking. So there's one thing I want to make a statement about. I will going to admit this right now. The February 2025 hack that's happened, I'm going to make this clear and honest as possible. I was wrong. I found out I was wrong.
Okay.
It was not from Marcos. It was from a virus. I have accidentally downloaded a virus earlier this year, and it cost my entire
Discord server.
Not even that, everything. Discord server, all my accounts to go down in flames.
Yikes.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, so that was on me. I will admit that. I will admit that mistake right now.
Okay.
But other than that, Marcos needs to stop. That's another thing. Marcos also needs to stop making two Temu Mega Man and G shorts that he does on there. His football shorts.
Well, he also does like basketball and baseball.
Because almost every single short that my homie here has done from the past, it's blue font, using the Google search as a background. Marcos has done everything he has done.
Yeah.
Copying everything.
Whereas in my case, it's just me going off verbally and at least changing the font colors.
Yeah, so if anything, oh, go ahead, Jose. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were trying to say something.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, man. You playing Sacred Cards? Yo, shout out to him. Shout out to Mega Man and G.
I'm watching from retro achievements from nostalgic juice because I figured, why not?
It's a good game, man. Sacred Cards is a great game.
Yeah, it is.
Both that and Reshef. Reshef is even harder.
Yeah, and he actually did achievements for that. They completed achievements.
And it's a shame that Refresh is such a pain in the ass and many consider it a disappointment.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's a disappointment at all, in my opinion. I just think the reason why it seemed to be a disappointment is because of the difficulty. It's obviously because of the difficulty. It's just obviously harder than the first game.
If you ask me, I've never played it, but if you were to compare it to another game that's a pain in the ass, it's way too difficult to play, I say Pit Fighter. I mean, it's comparable to Pit Fighter.
I guess so, yeah. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. Do you guys know how to find a safe site to download YouTube videos without getting viruses or anything? You guys have any clue?
Just buy it at McAfee.
I'm sorry?
I mostly just buy it at McAfee. I mostly just get my hands on McAfee antivirus.
Oh, I don't use McAfee. I use Malwarebytes.
You can always try.
I just avoid sites that contain viruses at all costs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. But you guys know how to download videos at all? I mean, if you guys have suggestions, I would appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got nothing.
I got nothing either.
In any case, I think we should wrap this up. We've said our things, and hopefully.
All right, I do apologize. I was late, folks, but yeah, Mets, if this is your final MegaMets for the year, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, brother. I wish you guys Merry Christmas.
I've got 3 more to do.
Yeah, we got 3 more to wrap up the year.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm most likely not going to be in it, so I'm going to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and yeah. I do apologize. I was late, but I got to finish up cleaning. So,
fair enough.
Yep, I said what I had to say. But yeah, expect the new episode of Marcos the Husky Clown on Jose's Discord server.
All right.
Under Burying Wolfman. But anyway, right. Marcos, you're not a wolfman. You're a husky dog bitch. I'm out.
Well, that's the end of that.
And that's it for tonight's MegaMets. I'm sorry for having to cross a line. For the show, having to cross that kind of line, but we just couldn't bullshit this one any longer. or to be perfectly honest. Tonight, that's it for tonight's Mega Mets. Comment, like, and subscribe to our channels. He's Mega Man G. I'm at Mets2128. This particular episode is not available on either the Aboriginal Sports Network or Hardcore
It
Sports
isn't.
Network.
Don't worry. Next week, the 3 episodes will.
That they will be, as we will start Monday with predictions for Pro Wrestling Noah's New Year's special, which will occur on New Year's Day. Then on Christmas night, our predictions of Wrestle Kingdom 20, and then we wrap it up the next night with AEW World's End. Goodbye and good effing night.
Dang. I'll see you next week for the good stuff.
Got that right.